Integrity, doing what is right, even when there's great pressure for you to compromise. So a person of integrity always make sure that he does what is right. Then respect for others, that is also a very important thing in ethics in the workplace. You have to respect others, both people, your subordinates and your superiors. You must respect others, your clients and your customers, suppliers. It's very important. People used to say respect is earned. That is not true. Respect is owed. You owe respect to everyone because we are human beings. Human beings are to be respected. So because we are people of, that's when you talk about human dignity. You need to respect the human dignity of every individual. So respect is not earned. Respect is owed. You owe people respect. Respect means having due regard for the feelings, wishes, and rights of others. Having due regard for the feelings, the rights and the wishes of others, especially the feelings and the feelings and the rights. Because sometimes you have due regard. Oh, also you have due regard of somebody's wish, but if having due regard does not mean that you are going to agree with that person if the person is wrong. But when it is the right thing to do, then you agree to it. But first of all, have due regard. Having due regard for the feelings, wishes, and rights of others. This according to Oxford Dictionary. And rights, you have to understand the rights of people. You have to understand the rights of the customer, the right of your suppliers, the right of your fellow employees, and the rights of your opposition. Everybody has, and every human being has a right, like I said. So you have to keep due regard for everybody, especially because, firstly, because they are human beings and they have dignity. So give due regard. Don't look down on anybody or discriminate on people in the workplace. That's when you talk about tribalism. A professional is not a tribalistic person. Because of our time, we didn't look at under poise, we actually have emotional intelligence and cultural intelligence. So cultural intelligence is another topic of this one. It's another course that we provide on another day on this one, cultural intelligence. So when you talk about respect for others, somebody that does not respect others, it will tend to be a tribalistic person and somebody that discriminates. So discrimination has no place. You have to respect the feelings and the wishes and the rights of others. Then fairness. He also has to do, it's also related. Fairness. Fairness means equitable treatment, not equal treatment. Because some people explain it as equal treatment. You cannot treat everybody equally because people are different. We have male and female, for instance, they are different. You cannot give equal treatment. You cannot give a man 3 months maternity leave. So that is why fairness is equitable treatment. That is fairness. Equitable treatment, tolerance for and acceptance of diversity. Tolerance, like I said, tolerance does not mean that you agree to wrongdoing. Tolerance, tolerate, try to understand where the person is coming from and then see the right thing that needs to be done. Fairness, it helps to build a very healthy work environment and also attracts customers, builds your brand image. Fairness. So to round up, we've actually gone beyond, we're almost getting to 3 hours. So to round up, we are going to look at some unethical behaviors that happen in the workplace to help us understand this thing about ethical behavior and ethical principles. We are going to identify some ethical behaviors that are so rampant in the workplace. And as we mentioned it, you have to have it at the back of your mind that this is an example of unethical behavior. So the opposite is ethical behavior. So we actually did a survey and came up with this top unethical behavior in the workplace. That is, unethical behavior is to behave in a way that's unacceptable according to the moral standards and expectations of your profession, workplace, or the society. So we have stealing or misuse of company resources is an unethical behavior. Discrimination and harassment, when we're talking about fairness and respect of others. We have lying and misrepresentation. We're talking about this borders on honesty and integrity. Lying and misrepresentation. Manipulating and falsifying information. Also borders on integrity. and honesty. Abusive behavior, verbal, physical, and bullying. This abusive behavior it happens in the workplace a lot. There are some managers that after they finish talking to you, you cry. At least I've seen that before. At least the person has made like two people to cry in the office. Abusive. The person is not beat you just by talking. It's trying to correct you, but after talking to you, you see adults crying. Abusive behavior. That is very unethical and unprofessional. We have non-compliance to standard procedures. That's when we talk about law abiding. A professional, an ethical person should be law abiding. You have standard procedures in your workplace. You have to comply. That speaks of ethics. Another example, another unethical behavior in the workplace is taking credit for another person's work. That's unethical. And bribery, and unethical behavior that's rampant in some workplaces. You have facilitation payments, kickbacks, extortion. Oh, okay, you got this contract in our office, and instead of processing the person's payments, you are just wasting time. So the person will drop something, or the person comes, oh, you have not dropped anything from us. You're not going to push your proposal. All those things are very unethical. It reduces your productivity because before you know it, your mind is being restricted. Your mind is even being clogged. You now begin to see in the eyes of money. If you don't give me money, I'll not do anything. So you know it, your mind is rewired. You start thinking in a very perverse way. So bribery is unethical and it's very unprofessional. Any form of bribery, be it facilitation payments, kickbacks, and extortion. I say, oh, I'm not telling them to give me money so that I'll do something wrong. It's extortion. When you start extorting from people, that is wrong. That's unethical. So with this bad mouthing, that's another unethical behavior that happens in the office. You bad mouth somebody else so that maybe you see that maybe some privilege will not be given to that person. Bad mouthing is wrong. It's unethical and should not happen. You should not be involved in such. That is one of the things that produces a very toxic environment in the workplace. And any workplace that is toxic, performance is hampered, productivity is hampered. So thank you so much for spending your weekend attending this webinar. I hope that you have learned